April, we've been in labor for a long time, and we know that traditionally the union space or the union leadership has been traditionally led by men. So tell me, what does it mean to be a Black woman leading one of the largest entities within the AFL-CIO?
I think, what it means to be a Black woman leading, a state with the third highest union density in the nation. I'm the first woman elected in Washington state, the first Black woman elected in the country to lead out a state federation. And it's a tremendous honor. And I think that my election, and I should lift up that more importantly, our secretary treasurer is also a Black woman. So Washington State and our labor movement is led by two Black women. So I want to give a shout out to Sharika Carter, my secretary treasurer, because she is phenomenal. She's a young Black woman and she is the future of the labor movement. I also want to give a shout out to Yvonne Taylor Brooks and Yvonne Wheeler, two of my sisters in the struggle who are doing the thing. Yvonne and I were sworn into office as president of our state feds in the same week. So, no one does this work alone. So I just want to make sure I'm grounding myself with lifting up my sisters. But what it means for me is that I can be really intentional about how the work that the labor movement is doing is reflected in our mission and our vision and in our programs. So,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, the labor movement has historically been led by white men, mostly older white men. And, it means that as we're preparing for our convention this year, I can be really intentional and clear with my staff that we are going to be thinking about who we are elevating and who's in the front of the room, and making sure that the folks in the front of the room fully represent the diversity of our labor movement. So candidly, it's like no more all white panels at the front of the room. Like we've got to be really intentional, and it means that I can push my staff a little bit beyond their comfort zone in thinking about how they facilitate those conversations with other leaders, so that we can make sure we're being thoughtful about our work. It means I get to bring the intersections of my experiences into places of power, and I get to be thoughtful about who else is in the room, and not just who else is in the room, but how much institutionally recognized power those folks in the room have.